Привет, dear audience that I don't have. If you have been watching my videos, which you weren't, you will know that I have repeatedly said aloud that I should really get around to playing story mode. Here it is, I guess. Other than the three main characters, I literally know nothing about story mode. Apparently I played some before. We are at the stage of preparing ourselves to rob the jewelry store. How about we do exactly that? We deliver the case of gas grenades to Lester's abandoned heist place house basement full of enslaved Cambodian children or something like that. Michael gives a briefing to the crew. He's like, plan is simple, listen to Uncle Lester unless he tells you to bend over, don't listen to him then. And then I accidentally skip the rest of the cutscene. Давай. We enter a car to drive to the place of extreme capitalism. I love that we are gonna rob it like a bunch of NKVD agents. As Franklin, we go onto the roof and pull off an Auschwitz by eating gas grenades and delivering a free 1940s shower to the people inside. Back to Mikey. We use a glorious Kalashnikov to confiscate the overpriced shiny rocks. This doesn't get any more communist than that. As Franklin, we start running on the motorbike. We dash through the sewage system like a bunch of Polish partisans. We come up the other side and switch to Mikey, who is in a chunky truck. We start pushing the cops onto the river of piss. I feel bad for the cops, who will have to explain the inhuman stench to their wives when they get home. We eventually lose the cops and get over to Uncle Lester, who likes little kids, I mean our team performance. A little later, we go to Mikey's house as Frankie Boy. We start celebrating, but then this cunt shows up and ruins it. He's lucky he's in a cutscene because nobody interrupts a SadSlav's party. He's like,
if Trevor finds out you are alive, you are done, my dude. I don't care, man, shut up, he's probably dead or something by now.
We switch to Trevor, who is not in fact dead, but busy watching the news and getting a reality check. Some dude with a gulag haircut comes over to moan about the fact Trevor was with his girl. Trevor, being the psychologically unstable alpha male of Blaine County, decides to kill him with his shoe. We hop into his truck and run over the girl weeping over the corpse of her partner. We then travel to a bunch of gangsters and tell them their boss is dead. They don't believe it, and we chase after them. Dumbass Wade comically falls out of the car and sabotages the chase operation going on. At last we chase him back to their hideout and proceed with genocide. Rockstar, you're sending me a really bad message. Once we kill enough people to be actively wanted by The Hague, we return to Wade and Ron, who did absolutely nothing, and go to a dude living in a trailer. We push his trailer down into the river cause we a bunch of disrespectful humans, and then do the grown-up thing and kill him. Honestly, I'm kinda lost about what's going on or why. We go back to Trevor's house and Ron calls. He says some Chinese dude is waiting at the inn, so we go there. Mr. Cheng's translator meets us, let's call him Sun Tzu, and so does Mr. Cheng himself, who is higher than Snoop Dogg. After some back and forth and lots of begging from Sun Tzu, Trevor agrees to show them this operation. Chef calls and says that some people are angry that we killed the guy from the trailer and wanna kill us. We dump Sun Tzu and Chinese Snoop Dogg into a nice freezer storage thing that Chinese Snoop Dogg thinks is a private room. We arm ourselves and start doing things that make me wonder, where the hell is the law enforcement in this place? I know where, dead. Check out our series on the war on NPCs. GTA Online actually happens before story mode, so all of the dots connect and everything. It's glorious. After running all over the meth lab, defending it more ferociously than Westerplatte, we check on our Asian comrades. Understandably, they run as far as possible after witnessing 5 minutes of Siberian winter. We go back to our house and notice that somebody trashed it. The only thing Trevor cares about is the broken plastic figurine, which, let's be honest, we would kill somebody for doing such a thing. We go to ammunition and get a free sniper rifle. We go to a water tower and do some sniping. Now we go in guns blazing and hijack a plane. 2 planes actually. We use the shipment on both of those to get some stunks. Well, fast forward a little bit and here we are at the end, trying to get papers signed with the Chinese guys. Sun Tzu is like,
Yeah, we're not gonna sign any DUG, but we want to explore other opportunities, crazy man. Who did you partner up with? Your mom, huh? I mean, they dangerously inbred O'Neill brothers. Okay, I'm not gonna know.
and we go do exactly that. We storm their house as if it was the Reichstag in the 1945 and kill everybody. We even pick up a jerrycan full of yo mama jokes and spill most of it in the house. We go back to Trevor's dumpster home to speak with Thomas Wade. The conversation went as follows.
Stop running, stupid. You find him? I tried. Come here, I will hit you. Oh, wow. You said you would hit me. Oh, Thomas Wade. There's 2 Michael Townleys, but none of them match the description, but there's like a Michael DeSanta who does. You're a genius, you fucking moron. Let's go to Los Santos.
We steal some crappy Volkswagen and go to the Lost MC gang's hideout yet again. We sneak around eating sticky bombs onto the trailers. Halfway through I am spotted, but that doesn't stop Trevor. In fact, we achieve terrorism beautifully. We take the June buggy and it's finally time to go to LS to find Mikey. But first, let's give Franklin a bit of love as well. I'm sure he's desperate for it. I mean, we literally spawned in a strip club. We go to his house to meet his aunt and her friends who are trying to resurrect Cthulhu or something. We go outside cause Franklin does not wanna be around if they succeed. Lamar intercepts us with his body and with the power of peer pressure he recruits us to aid him in his sweet new deal. We go to the place and sure enough, Fishman was right. Now we gotta break free before they kill us and god forbid start teabagging our corpses. It's actually really easy when you have a pump action shotgun. It'd be much easier with a Saiga, but whatever. We finally exit the death trap and there's police waiting for us outside, so we gotta keep running. We steal a car and sure enough my big brain is superior to a bunch of ones and zeros. Why? Cause we hide in an open field and manage to lose the heat. Stupid AI. Now, over to Mikey. Your boy finds a chunky block of weed in the fridge. Amanda comes over and being a true woman starts an argument for no reason. There's also Fabian and the little brat who's looking for his weed. And then Trevor comes in. The dialogue went like this.
Well, damn, this is awkward. Yeah, the fake your death to your bestie and run off with money to live in a mansion kind of awkward. Ah, my manners, yes. I like your new fake plastic tits, Amanda. Jimmy, you're fat now. Where's Tracy? Oh, she's been at work on live TV. What the hell you just said? Let's go get her then. Hold up. You wanna hold each other's cock and dance to disco polo instead? Maybe. Okay, let's go.
On the way to Maze Bank Arena, Trevor does 10 years worth of venting. I'm actually surprised he didn't kill Michael. We go in like a hurricane in America and find Laszlo, Tracy and the whole shebang. Unfortunately, it's too late.
Emotional, damn it!
Laszlo runs for his life as he should and runs outside. We start chasing the cunt in a truck which is slower than your mom. Eventually his piece of crap electric car from 2003 has less battery life than an iPhone and he stops. Trevor decides to humiliate the celebrity, which is an alpha male move. Sigma Trevor keeps the truck and goes to Narnia or something, I don't know. Dave the party breaking cunt calls and says he and Mikey gotta talk. We go to Galilea's observatory, which I presume does not actually belong to the spaghetti man nerd, and meet Dave. He says something about a dead body, I don't know, wasn't paying attention. I was defending my fridge from Vadim again. He smacked Mikey in the back of the head. I don't like Dave. We wake up in a room with people inspecting my PPI thing, and so I do the only thing in this situation, which is kill them. Nobody can know that even Asians can laugh at his. We start inspecting bodies as Dave asked us. Apparently the dead body isn't the dead body that Dave is looking for. We get ourselves a gun and start blasting our way out of this place. We hop out of a window as if we were playing Assassin's Creed Moscow edition. We steal a car and lose the cops by pretending to be homeless, aka being under a bridge. Later we meet Franklin and explain the complex situation. Franklin is like, I don't care man, I got your back. You sure? Yes. No. Yes. And he bravely runs away. Then we go meet Dave, who has a couple of friends now. Michael starts telling jokes.
Your mama so old she knew Gandalf before he had a beard. Your mama so fat she caused a tsunami in India when she went to the beach. Your mama so stupid she got hit by a parked car. Your mama so OD when she went to the haunted house she came out with a job application. Stop making fun of my mom, okay? You work for me now, okay?
We get in Dave's car. He tells us to call Franklin, which we do to meet him, and Trevor too. We arrive at the scene and meet them both. Basically, we're gonna rescue the guy Dave thought was dead but isn't cause the NKVD is interrogating him cause he knows something. But what does he know? He knows who asked and we can't let the public know, so let's go. For some reason, these federal agents thought ending in an unpredictable serial killer, a classic American with a dysfunctional family, and just some black dude kidnapped from the street were the best people for the job. Like, can't you send in the Navy SEALs or whatever you have on the other side of the ocean? Silly Americans. Anyway, we get to our destination and rappel down. We go in just in time to save your boy from getting raped by an oversized torture dog. We switch to Franklin, who takes out everyone inside with an overpowered for the job sniper rifle. Mikey gets some action too. Hostage rescued, mission success, very nice. These people have no sympathy. Trevor decides to keep the helicopter, which should be unalarming to anyone sitting in the skyscraper. I'm just waiting for another 9/11 to happen. On our way home, Tracy calls to bitch about Michael actually being a good parent for once and not letting his kid twerk on TV. When we do get home, Michael and Amanda start arguing again cause that woman has nothing better to do apparently. Just a suggestion, Amanda. How about instead of doing yoga half of the day, you do some good parenting like Michael did just a while ago? Anyway, Fabian the Weeb Lord gets Michael to do some yoga with them. It's actually super relaxing, minus the whole whiny coming from the beta female nearby. However, let's be honest, they both knew what they were doing. Michael's reaction wasn't only justified, it was expected. We go to Jimmy the COD and Fortnite Pro. We get him to go with us for a drive. Jimmy meets his friend who gives him a drink. We start going home. Jimmy boy offers Michael a sip and sure enough there were drugs in it. To make things worse, halfway there we stop and Jimmy hijacks the car like the snake he is. He even admits to stealing money, like that's just a dick move. This makes me theorize that the yoga part was also staged. Hitler would be proud. But what's being high like? To start off, we are teleported to Albania. Then we get kidnapped by ugly aliens that are still somehow prettier than your mom. Then they eject us into a freefall back down into Los Santos. Moral of the story, do drugs kids. You will go to Albania and nobody wants that. Anyway, Mikey wakes up, we go back to our house and sure enough, nobody's there. Amanda, the thought, left a note saying, "Herder, you behave bad, herder." We decided to move out for a while, like yeah sure totally, I believe you. Some time passes and honestly I'm kinda disappointed in Mikey. Like I know the family he has is horrible, but god damn he didn't even try fighting for it. Not to mention the grade A plastic book bag he paid for, like he paid for it so he deserves it. We switch back to Franklin who has family issues of his own. Lamar and Auntie here are butthurt that Franklin is spending less time with the gang. But then Trevor comes in. He gives the aunt some money and she whines about it only being 7 capitalism points, like bro, this is free money. Honestly, I don't even know what happens, but the next thing that happens is Lamar got us into a deal that surprise surprise, it went south and now we're gonna make the next national census much shorter. Since the police are here as well, we gotta run from him somehow. We go down into the sewage river and steal some fast boat things. I don't know, I'm not a sea expert. It could be a Colombian dreadnought for all I know. We use these fast boys to escape the cops and sure enough the idiot AI can't use a helicopter properly and I outsmart them yet again. Uncle Esther the molester calls and says he got a job for us. There's some dude we gotta assassinate so I guess we playing hitman now. Parkour. We wait for ya boy to appear and when he does he gets the L from a bullet. We run in this yellow Lamborghini looking car and would you look at that, the AI is incompetent. After the job is done we call Lester. He says he basically got us a new house in Vinewood and Frankie is grateful for what he has, unlike the spoiled kids that Michael has. That will be it for today and I gotta say, story mode is actually kinda dope.